The origins of Contemporary Art Academy are based more on the problems, the affordability crisis within art education, but also education in itself. And I talked earlier about there's an autodidactic sense to my practice, and I feel I'm a huge advocate of education, as is my co-founder at the academy, as is my wife, who's a school teacher. And really, what we identified was the fact that there is an affordability crisis in education. Let's just leave it at art education, perhaps, or focus on art education. And I've seen this, through going through a master's myself. I studied, I did my degree when we had free higher education, and now, of course, it's extremely expensive. And I actually personally believe, and you might say naively, but I personally believe that education can solve all of the problems, and that includes the problems that we've been discussing today. I think that education is so important, and really, people should be, societies should be given education. So that is the root of the Contemporary Art Academy being focused on the art industry, as it were. What we wanted to do was to address this affordability problem and provide premium online art education for affordable prices. And so Matthew and I set about writing a single course. We realized very early on that it had to be online in order to be able to deliver at affordable prices. And maybe I should start by saying, the fact that we offer in our flagship category, which is kind of like a master's postgraduate level, 8 to 10 week courses. Everything is live. The cohorts are small, they're limited to 16 people. And the price for that is £300. So perhaps, don't know what that is in dollars today, but less than $400, let's say. And we started with this one course, which you could say is our minimum viable product. And then we realized we had to write more courses for the artists that have come through that to go on to. And so we now have a suite of 4 8-week courses. So that would take you through an academic year, and you could do the 4 for £1,200. They call it $1,500, $1,600, something like that. Mm-hmm. Now you can go to an art school in the UK, in London, which I won't mention the name of, and you can do a 1-year MA for £17,000, and it's online only. Yeah. Online only.
Yeah.
So that's what we're addressing. And so, but what we've discovered through doing this, and we survey artists afterwards, and we're very keen on response, and we need to know where to reiterate, where to pivot. And what we are also doing, and we didn't know we were going to do this, is a lot of the artists are citing that they're coming out with a lot more confidence than they had previously, because they're very much talking courses. Like I said, they're kind of MA postgraduate level courses. So artists doing what we've been doing today, but in shorter form, discussing the practice, having one-to-one crits, having group crits. And that's in the first course, personal practice, we call it. In the second one, it's called critical context, which is going deeper, really looking into your historical and contemporary context as an artist. The course after that is professional practice, which is much more about organizing your assets, marketing, networking, and the outcome of that is a virtual exhibition. And we have a curated exhibition by an amazing curator, Kirsty Ogg, currently, who was the head curator at Whitechapel Gallery, a very renowned gallery in London for 5 years, and much more. And then the fourth course is called Gallery Context, where it goes back to a crit-based setup. So it goes back to the structure of personal practice, but it's delivered by gallerists and curators. So there's a different kind of turnaround on the perspective that the artist will gain. And also, a known unknown is that in the meantime, all the artists that are going through these courses are meeting these established art world professionals. So I know that things will start to happen, at some point with some of, whether it's one or three or 100 of these artists, as we go through time,
Sure.
opportunities will arise.
Yeah,
And so
that
that's what
network
we're
is
really
so
doing there.
important. Yeah, the
It's not
network.
about that, yeah, exactly. And therefore it's not about subject matter, it's not a Bauhaus, there's not a style. And also there's no vetting process. So we
Oh,
say that if you can do it, you can do it. There's
wow.
skin in the game because whatever the price is, you're still paying, and we appreciate that. And there has to be, the artist has skin in the game, so they take joining the course very seriously. Um, and and the quality is really high. And so, one thing we've realized is the artists are gaining a lot of confidence. Also, feeling less isolated. We didn't know that artists were feeling isolated, but of course they are. And because it's online again, it's global. We have global outreach, so there could be people from the UK, and that could be anywhere in the UK, anywhere in the US, anywhere in. I mean, we've had artists from the Netherlands, from Italy, from Germany, from Russia, from Ukraine, from Australia. The list goes on. So again, there's a kind of not understating it by saying there's a global
Yes.
network there.
Yeah.
So artists are feeling less isolated, more connected, and gaining a lot of confidence, as well as having their practice improved. And we do it in a, we do it in a very positive, supportive sense as well.
It's fantastic. I'm so, so glad that you were able to explain a little bit about the school. And again, I just really want to thank you so very, very much for going through the work. We often don't get the opportunity to chat with artists who show prior to their show. So typically these happen almost halfway through, if not longer than when the shows are up. So this is wonderful, and I want to thank you so very, very much for the time you spent today.
It's been a pleasure, and thank you. I'm looking forward to the show and meeting some of your viewers at the exhibition.